Hi there again, everybody. Welcome back to Prestige Auctions. It's money making time, where I give you my opinions on what items have come into this week's auction and if you can make any money off them. Of course, there are lots of items that come into Prestige Auctions week on week that we think you can make money on. But what would I buy if I was out there buying this week? Well, without any further ado, let's have a look and see what came in that I think you might just be able to make some money on. Hey, as always, everyone has their own opinions on what you can make money on from buying from your local auction centre. Of course, lots of people show you walking around boot sales and things like that. So we do it in our own auction room and have a look on a week-to-week basis. We'll give you sneak peeks and everything else. But what would I buy? What do I think is interesting this week to be able to buy in Prestige Auctions and maybe to make a few quid on? Well, as we look at the very beginning of the auction, stuff like this, of course, you can make money on, but it's a little bit more specialized. Now, this one here, that is definitely something you can make money on if you can buy it cheap enough, because Bose is a very, very good make. Would I buy it? Absolutely, yeah. But I wouldn't want to be paying much more than about £30 for it if I thought I was going to try and make some money on it. What these are, though, lots 38 and 39 in this week's auction. Would I buy these? Absolutely. These are humongous tubs of toys and Lego, lots of Lego in them. And of course, Lego is one of those items that just continuously keeps making money. I don't know if you can hear that, they're absolutely chucking it down outside. Down here as well, wool. Of course, we had wool in the other week, and again, that's another thing that you can buy relatively cheaply in auctions and make money on. Now, this week we've got another box of these. Now, look at this. These are brand new packets of curtains. Now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packs, I think, in there, which you're probably going to be able to get 10 quid each for by selling on somewhere like Facebook Marketplace or maybe on eBay or Vinted or whatever. If you get £10 each of those, there's 9 of them. If you're buying that anywhere sort of up to £30, you're going to be making really good money on it for not a whole lot of effort. In the auction this week as well, can tell you, there is a lot of gaming, a hell of a lot of gaming. Get PlayStation games, PlayStation 2 games there, PC games, and there's also some Wii games, and these are in big boxes as well. Now, if you look at this, there's all of these here. Now, one of the things that I would say, if I'm going to give in any tips out, that I'm not that I'm like the best gaming person in the world, but try and avoid things like FIFAs, old FIFAs and that. They're sort of things that people don't want to buy. However, there are some titles in there that people would want to buy. It can be much the same with Wii games as well, and Xbox 360 games. Trying to avoid things like FIFA and that, because although they're extremely popular when they first come out, the teams soon need updating. Kids want to buy, well, kids, I say kids, some adults as well, want to buy stuff that's got the latest teams on there. Lot number 1233, good lot this one. 100 mixed comics from the 1950s to the 1980s, including signed with certificates and prestige format issues there. So again, very good thing, but you really need to be looking at this one here. Look at that one, Monkey Shines Comics, 1944. There's some golden age stuff here, certainly some good stuff. Again, no expert on comics, but what I do know is that these split down individually. Even if you was paying up to £100, I would have said, for that box, you would still be making really good money on it. Also here, we've got some Xbox One games, but again, there's a few FIFAs in there. FIFA's not always going to be the easiest thing to sell, but there are other games as well. DJ Heroes and Guitar Heroes. This stuff has become relatively popular again recently. So, you know, all of this gaming stuff here, and especially these PlayStation 1 games, these have become red hot recently. Now, we've not got 1, not 2, but 3 lots of these in this week's auction. You can see all of those there. Would I buy those? Yes, but what else would I do? I'd come to the auction room, I'd look at them, I'd check the condition, make sure the discs are in each box as well, because that can be a problem. You can get home, realize that some of the discs are missing. So what you don't want to do is fall foul to that one. But when we just have a look down here, so we've got some boxes of pottery and such like in this week, and there are some Guitar Hero things down there as well. Look, right, Royal Copenhagen plates there, they're in piles. 3 different piles and then a couple of other piles there as well. Not as hot as they used to be, there's no doubt about that, but still possible resale in some of those. Creamer jugs down the bottom, 1 or 2 bits of plated ware in some of these old games. Not so sure I'd be running to buy all of those myself. However, there is certainly resale value in them. Much like these as well, these double egg cup holders down the bottom, quite collectible ones as well. So again, do your research. Some of the things on this table I do like this week. The boxing hares, again, bought at the right money. Think there'd be a profit in those. And this one here, the menagerie, the flatback. Now, not all flatbacks make money anymore, but this one's quite a nice one indeed. So I would certainly be having a go at that one. As we come around here into the main sections of the auction room, this is the one. There is a video going out about this on one night this week anyway, that we've done. This is all this Manchester United stuff. Okay, not everybody's cup of tea. Everyone's got their own team that they support. Thing is, with this lot, it's all by Danbury Mint. Danbury Mint made a lot of collectible stuff, and probably still do, I believe, and a lot of it can be quite expensive and quite sought after. And as we've got 12 mugs in one lot there with all different players and so on, and then the Danbury Mint plates there in quite large lots, they are a really good option this week to buy to be able to make some money on. And don't be daft. Don't think like some people. I've heard people say things in the auction room in the past like, I won't buy that. I don't like Manchester United. And I think, well, you're trying to make money. I don't care what I don't like. If I think I can make a few quid on it, I'm going to sell it. So don't ever get drawn into that, oh, it's Manchester United, I'm not buying that, because you're a Liverpool fan or something. You're there to make money. And you can make money on these sort of things as well. These are all collectibles as well. Lots of stuff here that is good money making items. These chess sets, look at these chess sets here with the pieces that are inside them. You know, again, good quality items. Certainly, if the bids are low enough, I would be buying those. I'd be having a go on those, trying to make a few quid on them. When you walk around other sections of the auction room, you've got things like dolls. Again, not necessarily my cup of tea, but certainly some people do make quite good money on them. As you walk around here, Betty Boop stuff used to be quite interesting. Not quite sure where that's at these days. But when you look into the other sections of the auction room, you know, if you are a buyer and a seller, things like this mirror, again, a good item because it's good quality, it's large, it would have been a lot of money to buy. So you can probably make some money at that if you're buying it cheap enough. And that's always the secret when you come into buying and selling, getting the stuff bought at the right price. Old-fashioned radios and stuff like this, all of this stuff can be saleable to the right people. But like I say, every single week, do your research on it. Make sure you know what you're buying. Don't just guess, because you've got that much stuff at your disposal these days with Google Lens and eBay and AI, different sort of search engines, that this sort of stuff, the industry is so much easier to buy from these days because you've got all of that stuff at your disposal. So make sure you do that research. Again, these sort of lots over here are good lots to buy when it comes to resale because there's lots of content in each box. And these are sort of little dealers boxes full of bits and bobs. I would certainly be looking at those, having a good hunt through them, doing your research, finding out where the bargains are at. There are bargains all over the auction room this week, but you've just got to find them. We are open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. this Friday, the 8th of August. And get yourself down to Prestige Auctions. Hunt out these bargains. Look at things like this. Don't just leave them laying on the thing and walk past them. So when you look on the back, there's certificates and all sorts on the back of them. There's lots of money to be made this week in the auction. All you've got to do is get down here and find it. Thanks ever so much for watching this short YouTube video. Hope you all make a few quid this week. We'll see you all very soon at the auction.